They have targeted you for a while now. Obviously, this is they're going up the escalatory ladder in the threats, but they've come and tried to intimidate you and your family before, your children, your wife. What's your message to this movement, and what's your message particularly to the leaders of this movement?
It's that God is the author of life and death, and you shouldn't live in fear. That ultimately, our Creator is the one who holds our life in his hand. And we have him to thank for our lives. He didn't need a Benny Johnson. God didn't need a Steve Bannon. He didn't need a Tucker Carlson. He created a Charlie Kirk for a reason and for a purpose. God created us for a purpose. And we have a purpose on this earth. And that purpose is not to cower in fear. It is not to curl up in a ball in a fetal position and to feel sorry for ourselves. And where did I learn this the most, Steve? I learned it from Charlie. In 2020, when we watched Joe Biden steal the election and we watched this massive apparatus, sort of this cloud of darkness sort of come over everything, Charlie knew damn well that this meant that his social media would be demonetized. He'd be taken offline. Turning Point would be harassed by the feds. He knew that he was going to have a massive uphill battle as somebody who is such a strong ally and stuck his neck out so much for President Trump. And we were there right after the election was called for Joe Biden. And that was the time for Charlie to be sad. And that was the time for Charlie to be depressed and to say, well, maybe we just wrap this whole thing up, or maybe we play nice and just don't really go on offense. And that guy, he was like, we go 50 times harder. This was the story. And it is 100% factual. Charlie Kirk said, we are going to go 50 times harder now that they've done this to our nation. And that is the spirit of the lion. That is the spirit of Christ in us, the man who has conquered death. And that power lives within us, Steve. And so we are not made to be timid. The nature of Satan is to steal, kill, and destroy. So when you see people getting killed and destroyed and stolen from, you know that that's evil moving this world. And that's not us. We are salt and light. And so that's what keeps me going. And ultimately, my message to the leaders of the party is to get behind the people who are being targeted right now. There are left-wing billionaires who are funding militant groups to come and kill us. We know that as a matter of fact. And I think we're going to find out so much more about the funding of Antifa and other paramilitary groups on the left. And I'd love to see Republican billionaires, get together to counter that in a real way, because it is an actual war out here. And they want to take us out. And we got to stand strong. That's the way we're going to do it.